Hey, it's Empress Rose. Welcome to our collective reading. So first I want to put a plug in for my new channel. It's called Soul Observatory. It's for guided meditations. And if you could head on over there, subscribe. It's very baby. It was born on Tuesday. So it's a very small little channel right now and it needs some love and attention. And it has one video. I have posted one video there. So if that interests you, please go over and you have to search for Soul Observatory meditation because it's so new, just unheard of. And yeah, I'll also put a little button somewhere in this video where you can link to it, and there'll be a link in the comments too. So I'm very proud mama of my brainchild. So anyway, that's some good news here. It's a long time coming. Definitely not as long as a real pregnancy, but definitely like a long time in the womb here. All right. Woo. Okay, we got one that flipped over, and then two in my lap. So we're starting off with Oracle of Mystical Moments, my OG Oracle deck. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, you know how last week we got that silence card and I didn't quite know what to do with it? That's same thing. This is about that silence. And maybe it was just kind of around the edges of your life last week, but it's becoming a little more central here. All of these cards speak of silence and secrets and silence. So to the moon and back, wanting to speak, wanting to go somewhere. She's got two green parakeets out here dreaming of something. She's got one that's ready to go and one that's very much held back, but there they are. We're not talking about something. Somebody's not talking about something. A secret dream, a secret wish. Something you love dearly. We can see that with the heart chakra, very well represented here with these green parakeets. Some sort of message from the heart that's not moving. She is at rest still on that swing. She's not swinging. She's not moving. She is still. She is watching, contemplating, thinking, looking for her time, wanting something very dearly, wanting something, but not speaking about it, not moving towards it, not taking any motion. There is silence here. Protective nest. This is why we're silent. We're protecting something, some sort of secret, some sort of dream. We have one thing that's ready to crack open and a whole nest of ideas where this one came from. But we're protecting it. We're keeping it hidden, keeping it secret here. We're protecting our ideas. We're protecting our vision. We're protecting ourselves. And these eggs, an egg, if we open it from the outside, it before its time, it dies, right? The thing itself has to be ready to emerge, has to be ready to go into the world, and so it has to crack from the inside. It has to be ready. The project has to be ready. The dream has to be ready. So there's something, and I can't tell. Are you the one keeping the secret, or are you the one having the secret kept? Because it's feeling both ways. Like, I keep wanting to say somebody has this, they're protecting this nest egg here. They're protecting something, and it'll emerge when it's time. I think that is the main message here, whether you're keeping a secret or staying silent on something, or somebody else is. It's not time yet for that thing to emerge into the world. It's not time yet for this. It's and please do be protecting your ideas, but it's not time. Maybe there's multiple people here with secrets, with protections, protecting something, hiding something. Maybe somebody here is hiding something and you know they're hiding something, but you're not saying anything about it. That may be overcomplicating it. We'll see what happens. And then we have Lullaby. So this deck also has a secret card. So I don't really understand why we didn't just get the secret card. I guess there's some nuance to this secret, or to this. And I don't know that it's a secret. It's just protection. It's just not talked about yet. You may have feelings you haven't spoken about yet. And lullaby is just continuing to vibe with your own self. So maybe the term secret has some sort of connotation that we don't need right now. We are simply vibing. There's a vibration here. We are feeling it. We are tuning in to ourselves. We are not seeing anything. We are not watching anything. Well, we are just simply, there's a sense of aloneness and not sharing a vibe, not sharing communication, not sharing even resources. And it's like okay to be keeping things back, to be holding back, and just, I think, benefiting from your own work, from your own vibration, keeping something to yourself. And it's just not ready to be shared. That's the thing. And I think you're still exploring how something feels to you. There's such strong intuition here. You are sure that this isn't ready. Something's not ready yet. Something's not ready yet. It needs more work. The intuition, but it's like it's not work. It's not physical work. It's like spiritual, vibrational work, emotional work, psyche work. It's such an internal reading so far. It's kind of bizarre that these three people, but one thing I'm noticing here, and I can't unsee, is the moon she's sitting on is reflected in his cello. He's not playing his cello. He's not looking at anything. He is simply vibing internally. So it's a lullaby, but it's very much an internal soothing lullaby. So I think we're meant to be soothed about this. I don't feel any freak out about this. This is not anything scary, and perhaps the secret card might have brought that up and brought that out, but it's just things that haven't been born yet. I want to say, like last week with my channel and my thing, I wasn't ready to share it. It wasn't ready yet, and there were some final touches that needed to be put on, some final approvals, some from my creative co-creator. And we just needed to do a few other things. So it wasn't ready. So why would I tell anybody when it wasn't ready to even be shared yet? But at the moment it's being shared, then yes, now we're ready to move forward. Now we're ready to open up about it. But there was like vibing with it and wanting to talk about it. It's on the tip of somebody's tongue here, but it's something that's being held back. And being withheld has a bad connotation. I want to tell you that the energy off these cards is very gentle. It's very soothing. It's just not time yet for something. That's all. And that's okay. It's not only is it okay, it's right and it's proper. All right, one, identity. Oh, that's interesting. Self-reflection. I absolutely see that here with this lullaby, this self-reflection. Who are you? Who are you? There's also this Rorschach blotch idea of just like, what do you see, in the world reflects back on who you are and what you're dealing with. So maybe something that you're focusing on is telling you more about yourself than about what's going on in the outside world. The other thing I see with like all of these people here with their things that they are protecting, and whole communications or physical plans or ideas, it could be a mirroring situation in which two people are interacting and they're both protecting certain aspects of themselves and their lives, and there's a sense of protection there. But there's something there's just some self-reflection. Who are you? And maybe, you know, who are you? Your identity. Maybe there's a part of your identity that you don't even know about. Here. Put this over here because we forgot about this. Okay, sound should be better. Maybe there's a part of your identity that you don't even know about here. Something that is a part of yourself that's been waiting for the right time, the right place, the right situation to come out. And maybe you just need to sit with this part of who you are and maybe be a little protective of this new emerging sense of self, of sense of who you are. Maybe be a little bit protective of it for now, not really talking about it, but starting to understand it, starting to vibe with yourself, starting to understand that there's a part of who you are that it might be time for that. The time is coming near for that part of you to emerge, but it's not here yet. It's a time of contemplation right now. Okay. It's a time of contemplation right now, and in my hand I apparently had upheaval. Maybe because you know that this is going to create some difficulty. But again, we have this nest here with these eggs that, right, this nest egg, this future, these plans, these things, and they are being protected even with all of this upheaval. Why do I feel like there's sunflowers someplace else in this reading, but I don't see them? It says that these have very like late summer, fall vibes too, you know, the time of season that we are starting to enter. But this upheaval, this uprooting, but the nest eggs stay secure and safe. So you are still protecting the future. You're protecting the future. So maybe some upheaval is coming in. Maybe you understand that should this part of your identity emerge when it finally does, it will cause some distress. But there's a sense of needing to protect something in this upheaval, right? We had this like battle coming, this territorial battle, but this is like a storm coming, like just the forces of nature and the universe coming out here and uprooting something. It's a tower is what it feels like. It feels like a tower, but something is kept safe. Some sort of plans for the future are kept safe in this tower. There is what is in this upheaval, what is precious is protected. That's so funny. I'm like going from this contemplative state, watching something happen, protecting something. It's all these like contemplative cards, and then whoop, upheaval. And maybe in this upheaval, you have to ask yourself, who am I when this happens? Who am I after this? What does this tower mean for me? All right, we're going to take some goddesses here and put them. We have your environment. Oh my God, that's so great. It's Isis leadership in your environment. Yeah, just Isis is my girl. I'm wearing all the lapis lazuli, a lot of lapis lazuli today. That's her, that's her stone. And your to-do list is Queen of Sheba. Okay, Queen of Sheba, negotiation. That's your to-do list. Okay, we're going to move to Tiger Breathing Bear for the rest of the tarot cards. That's so amazing. Every time I've already shuffled the crap out of these cards, but every time I do on the split, it's always wands, 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 wands. Fire. He does matches for wands all day. It's interesting. All right, from the bottom of the deck. Whoa, okay, first time. 5 of Flowers. So starting something that's been grievous, but look, they're roses, which is significant for me, Empress Rose here. The roses, there's some grief, there's some loss. Regrets. A memory. A memorial. This tattoo looks like a memorial to somebody that was lost. The others are here, but someone in this group was lost. There's a memorial. There could be some regrets, how someone was treated. We're dealing with your regrets, I guess, and losses. A grieving process, which I was not expecting, but perhaps that's part of this protection, this space that you're protecting. Past, present, inner landscape, what's the issue? Environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Okay. 10 of fire, something's over, it's done with. We made it home. We made it back. It was difficult. Lessons were learned, lessons were taught. It was the end of a process. Since it's in the past, I'm going to say, you made it through something. It was difficult. It was difficult. It was a burden. Much of it wasn't even yours to carry. It was just something handed to you. I want to say it was a very delicate process where there seemed to be maybe danger at every turn. The whole thing could really have gone up in flames at any minute. But you made it through. You made it to the end. Do you know that you made it to the end? You made it to the end of some kind of journey. I'm not sure you're aware that you made it to the end. But you don't need to carry this anymore. This is like, it's like there's a grief process and this, you made it through some sort of process or some sort of journey. You made it through, you made it to the end, you carried the burden, and maybe at some point it was inspiring and exciting, but it became heavy and difficult, and then more responsibilities and more responsibilities were added to you. There's something about the hot sun. I mean, it's pretty hot here these days, but this sun, this hot sun has shown up like 4 times in my readings today, so more than that. It's like 5 times, 6 times. It's out here. This sun is blazing hot right now. And that's interesting because it is a wand. It is the 10 of fire. Blazing hot. We have a lot of cups here. A union vibes. The 5 of flowers, 6 of flowers, 7 of flowers. Relationships in a small strait. But we start off with fire, a very delicate process. And I'm not sure if you know that it's over, because in your present situation, we have hung up. We have the hanged man. It's like, I feel like you might be stuck on the final step of something. It's the final step. There's been a pause. You already went through something. You already went through some difficult thing. And there's no... Either you haven't put the burden down, you're not like, okay, I let go of this, I release this, this journey is done and over with. I don't have to carry this burden anymore. I don't have to be this person anymore. I don't have to bear these responsibilities anymore. And it's like, either that ended and you don't know what to do now and you're just sort of paused, or it ended and you didn't realize that it ended. You haven't made that association yet that you don't have to carry these burdens anymore, that the journey's over. And you're stuck on the last step. It's like you carried your luggage and you're now in your hotel room and you're not letting go of the luggage. You're still holding on to it. You're still carrying it. There's now an abundance of places, safe places to put it down in this hotel room, but you're not. You're still holding on to the luggage, even though the journey's over. So this has some feelings to me of like maybe childhood burdens, or even responsibilities you've had to other people or to, and you don't need to, you're fulfilled the responsibility. You don't need to keep going. Maybe a difficult, tricky interactions with people, or with like a group of people or something like that. But there's something about it where you're stuck here. You're still stuck here holding this luggage in this hotel room. The door is shut behind you. It is now time to put the luggage down, and you're holding on to it. Now, I don't mean to be critical. Maybe you still have to hold on to it. Maybe you realize this hotel is not good and we're going to have to keep going a little bit further to some other place. But it's just this pause or this stuck. You've already done so much work. You've already gotten where you need to get to. But then there's this pause here, and I don't know that you know exactly what to do here. Are you able to relax? Are you able to have the realizations, reap the benefits, the rewards, the understanding that is yours after a journey, after you complete something, after you go through the process of something like, and it could just be a giant pause between this journey's over, new journey not yet begun. And so we're just kind of paused, we're just kind of hanging out here, we're just reorienting ourselves to this new reality after this journey's over. Yeah, it's a reorienting process. That's what's going on. It's a reorienting process. You're learning how, you're still gaining insights from what you've been through, and you're learning how to integrate them here. But there's not a lot of movement here. But that's what we were seeing too, is this, there's not a lot of movement. There's this time of stillness here. Where we're just kind of thinking things through, right? And that's a lot of the hangman. The blood's rushing to his head. He's thinking things through. He's dealing with this pause. And the thing about a pause is you can think about it all you want, but the pause in life doesn't stop when you've figured it all out. It just goes until it's done. So you could be in a place where you've made a lot of realizations, you have a lot of understandings, but you're still paused. And it's just going to go, this pause is just going to go as long as this pause goes. Your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape is the wheel of fortune. Random chance. I guess you're kind of hoping for a change of fortunes. And I keep seeing this upheaval card related to this wheel, like, and I think these whole first four cards, the lullaby, the moon and back, the protective nest, and the identity cards, I think these all relate to where you're at right now in this giant pause here. This upheaval, though, is, I think you're kind of looking forward to it. I think you're wanting, and it's got the topsy-turvy energy here. So there could be some upheaval has put you into a contemplative space. But it also seems like you would like some upheaval. You're waiting for a lucky break, a random chance. You're waiting for your lady luck. You're maybe wanting to even learn how to control or how to direct the energies of the universe. You're maybe wanting to learn how to make a lucky roll, make a lucky bet. How do you change the luck here? Both of these have these twirling vibes to them, these swirling, twirling vibes. And maybe you're wanting to land on something you might be worried about or hopeful of, a shift in the change of fortunes that gives you some specificity. Right now you're just holding. You're in a holding pattern right now, integrating past lessons, learning new things, and maybe you're looking for your chance, you're looking for your opportunity, you are wanting to know, I see here just wanting to know how to be more lucky, how to take a chance. When you take your chance, like right now, it's like you're sitting here and you're waiting. It's reminding me of jump rope. And you're waiting for your chance to jump into something. But there's something about you haven't quite matched up yet with the opportunity. The opening hasn't quite happened yet. So you're sitting there sort of, I can see it with all these directional arrows here. You're sitting there looking for your chance, looking for your opportunity, looking for your opening, getting into the rhythm perhaps, trying to understand how you jump in, when you jump in, looking for your opening, looking for your lucky break, especially out of this hanged man position. So what's at issue here is somebody's not ready. that opening isn't happening. It's not ready yet. So somebody's not ready. Either you're not ready, jump rope was very fun when I was a kid, but my goodness, getting in there, I was the worst. I would just sit there and like, oh my gosh, when do I jump in? And they're going consistently. And so when I would finally decide to jump into the jump rope, I want to say egg beaters, when I jump, nothing would be different. I would have just stood there for a very long time overthinking it. So that's a little bit possibly with this hanged man here, but somebody's not ready. Either it's you're not in the vibe, you're not feeling it, you haven't got the rhythm that the jump rope twirlers or the universe, the luckness of the universe. You just haven't found that opening. You're not ready to jump in yet. That could be what's going on. You're not ready to jump in, or they're not ready for you yet. It's just not ready. And it really sits well with this. Like, somebody here isn't ready to talk about it. They're not ready to share about it. They're being very protective about something. They're not talking about something. It could be you. You're just not ready yet. You're in this hanged man position, this holding position. You're just not, maybe you're looking for your opening to talk about something, or looking for your opening to, you're looking for the opening, right? The opening of the egg here. You're looking for the opening. When is this going to happen? When is this chance going to happen? Something's not ready yet. And we see that just so clearly here. Something's not ready yet. And it could be something to do with like who you are as a person, your identity, your job title, your title as a person, right? We all have so many titles as people, like daughter, mother, sister, friend, employee, this kind of employee, that kind of employee, like girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. There's all these labels. So it has to do with something, some sort of title or something that you are, something you identify with. And something's just not ready. Either you're not ready to talk about who this important part of yourself that's emerging, or somebody's not ready to talk. It's just not ready. And it's the same vibe that I've been feeling this whole time. It's just not ready. You're the hanged man, the nine of earth, just not ready yet. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's divine timing. It'll be ready when it's ready. If you force it, it's going to be a mess. So in your environment, you have leadership and Six of Flowers. So fair leadership. Shared. Fair leadership is what I'm seeing. It's a leader from the past, some sort of boss from the past. Isis is like the healer, a doctor from the past. It's a leader from the past. But she's not just leadership. She's healer. But it does have to do with some sort of past journey. And Six of Flowers is this someone you're tied to. Someone that you've created a bond with in the past. It's not unbreakable, but it's still pretty strong. So there's some kind of healing and coming together. And Six of Flowers, I'm going to go with a more traditional meaning of Six of Flowers here. So Isis had this brother lover, the way the Egyptians did things. Osiris, who was torn limb from limb. And she went around the world recollecting him and putting him back together, sort of a Frankenstein story that turns out a little better. So but as she puts him back together, he ends up androgynous. And so it's this recollecting energy. She takes the initiative to go around the world collecting the pieces of her brother that were torn apart. and then bringing them back together. And the Six of Flowers or Six of Cups can have this strong reunion vibe, this strong bringing people back together. And that could be a little bit about this Five of Flowers, right? Is that there was a loss, but there's this bringing back together and bringing together and uniting of people. So there's this uniting force here. And that's not you, that's somebody else that's bringing people in together, a reuniting. I want to say it's a reuniting force, a leader that's reuniting. So that's not you, that's somebody else that could be creating a sort of reunion or bringing the team back together. Something like that could be happening. There's a lot of fairness and healing. This leadership is very good, very fair, but it does have to do with the past. I feel like I'm like moving on this timeline, this past future timeline, and these wounds from the past, right? We're coming in with some regrets, with some wounds, and then here's Isis coming in here with this reunion or this healing of these wounds. So someone might be healing some wounds or regrets from the past. This is not you. This is the energy outside of you. This is the energy affecting this situation. Your to-do list is Seven of Flowers and Queen of Sheba negotiation, another strong Middle Eastern, very clever. Very, very clever. Using her resources to get what she wants, but also to provide for her people. Very resourceful, I want to say, very resourceful. And Seven of Flowers is usually about like making decisions, but I also see sort of this like understanding of surviving in a barren landscape, surviving in a desert, thriving in a desert and a barren landscape by being extremely resourceful. And there's this inheritance idea as well. So normally Seven of Flowers is about having to sort through decisions, needing to have some level of discernment as you sort through decisions, and how to be resourceful, the best ways to be resourceful. There's one very clear winner here, but it's interesting too, because this actually only has 5 flowers. It's called Seven of Flowers, but it only has 5, which is interesting because we have the 5 of Flowers here, this regret, and then this resourcefulness. So I feel like this is sort of bringing in several different, creating something new perhaps. Because Queen of Sheba, she ends up having a child as part of her plan. So like, I started this with a brainchild or something like that. Like could be, but there could be a peace offering from someone from the past. Someone who is in charge of something wants to repair something. This is going to need to be carefully negotiated and thought up. I think you want to maintain your own power here. You do not want to give away power. You're going to have to sort through some options in order to figure out how to deal with something. So sorting through your options and definitely doing what's best for you, but you may have to make some trades. You may have to do some horse trading. You may have to make some trade-offs. Once you're ready to leave this hangman thing, there might be some trade-offs that need to be made here with someone who is a boss, a mother, a teacher, someone in some sort of leadership position. Where are you going? The Sage. I think we've got Virgo energy here, that isolation, solo, single, but wise, having learned I think you figure something out. I think you figure something out, and I think it's you that figures something out. You leave this situation much wiser, much clearer on something, and very independent. Powerful, independent, understanding your place. I don't know that there's a big vision, but there's an ability to be present with every step you take. But the sage, it's a very solo vibe. So I'm not saying you're going through something and you're going to end up like single and alone, or which is not problematic. It's a pretty great place to be. But these negotiations, I think there's a lot of wisdom that comes out of these negotiations. This kind of horse trading. But just the problem is something's not ready. And so there's no point in negotiating until something is ready to negotiate. And maybe, part of this negotiation is getting an advisor, like a business advisor or a therapist or something like that. Like the sage can be someone that you go to for some advice in the situation as you're making decisions and negotiations. I could see this as being, someone who, I don't know, it could be even an older gentleman too, that you seek out for advice or guidance. All right, we're gonna, you know what though? I want more advice on this, this sage. Can I get an additional comment about the sage? And someone just bought me this. It's really beautiful, the Light Seers Tarot. It is one of my favorite decks. I've never owned it, but I've had lots of experiences with it. So I'm gonna cut this. Give us some clarification on this sage. What is this sage? Page of Swords. Whoa. School vibes, right? School vibes here. A young... These are two opposite energies. There's somebody young but very smart with lots of ideas. There could be someone going off on their own to go learn something. Yeah, this has to do with learning and wisdom and becoming wiser on this journey. It is a difficult journey. I mean, not a difficult journey, but it is it's interesting. How do we learn what we learn? What comes to our field of understanding? How do we get there? And all the opportunities we had to maybe miss a route or miss a path. So this Page of Swords, it's so fascinating. It has to do with school, with learning. And maybe this has to do with, the young and old separation, the separation between them, the separating of them. Yeah, I feel like this could be like you reaching out to a sage or an expert of some kind to learn something. All right, we're gonna get an omen. An auspicious omen. Sage. No way, you guys, what? The sage. What? Cleansing process is now underway. Time to clear out and renew. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. That's so fun. Sage, it could be somebody's name. It is so potent here. So cleansing out and renewing. I feel like we've got a little bit of that with this Isis card, this cleansing out, this renewing, this infiltrating a space with what you want. And having that push out what you don't want. The sage, that is so funny. Maybe it's a young person named Sage. A student named Sage. This is very interesting. All right, cleansing your environment, clearing things up. And he seems to actually be blowing smoke out of his mouth. So there could be something with smoke or incense or something like that. This is so fascinating. Time to clear out and renew. It's such a contemplative, thoughtful situation. It is very much like whatever sort of grief process or regrets or whatever, there's something here about something not being ready and needing to negotiate a situation very cleverly while protecting yourself, while also not being overly expressive. Like there's something very subtle going on here, but there's a renewal. Something's leaving and something will be coming in. So I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here and for joining me. And please do check out my new meditation on my new channel, Soul Observatory. All right, thanks for being here, you guys. Have a wonderful week.